this motherfucker, Michael Lucas, who, child, the tweets that people were sending him, I had a cackle. Some people said that he needed to shove that missile that he posted on social media up his ass and detonate it. When I saw that, I cackled. Okay, so, um, polarizing porn troll and genocidal maniac Michael Lucas has come under fire after posting a tweet of his name written on an IDF missile aimed towards the Palestinian community. Now, I want to show y'all this picture real quick. So that way, because I don't know if y'all have seen it, but yeah, he went and posted this foolishness as I try to mirror this thing. Hold on, where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. So yeah, so this was the post that he posted on social media in regards of the whole missile situation. So he I actually asked to write my name, got a pic before and after. Did you get them? Two amazing difference. And this was apparently that he went, apparently from what was said was that he took a trip to Israel, and when he took the trip to Israel, he was able to write his name on a missile. Speaking of which, I did hear also that there was somebody who was a UFC fighter that wrote Kanye's name on a missile as well. That was I do have the Kanye West story coming up in a second, but I also, but I was like, I didn't really get into that one too much because I want to focus on the other thing with Kanye when we talk about that later on in the show. But the whole thing with the missile and stuff, it was like, yeah, once I saw this, I was like, we definitely need to talk about this. So, yeah. So we already know that Michael Lucas is trans. I just wanted to show y'all that so that way you can see how violent asshole is. But anyway, so I should point out that as of this report, the UN has confirmed that over 20,000 Gazans have been murdered by Israeli bombings, all of which are in violation of Geneva Conventions and part of Israel's decades-long attempt to seize control of land and that rightly belongs to the Palestinians. At least 70% of those killed in Israel's latest barbaric genocide have been women or children. Yet, the thing that irritates me excuse me, is that people continue to bring up in the conversation, but how many people did Hamas kill in Israel? Not a lot compared to the way that these people are continuously dropping bombs on the people of Gaza. We already heard about the bombs they were dropping on Christmas. I guess Merry Christmas to them, right? Your life is over. So when y'all continue to do this shit, and then don't even get me started about our American government giving the money to Israel to do this stuff towards the Palestinians. But I digress. So Jake Shields posted, and I think this comes from the IDF. It says is writing my name and others who are speaking out against their evils on missiles. This is a clear threat to our lives, and on missile, I'm being forced to pay for with my tax dollars. And I'm like, is Jake Shields someone who is he a reporter or something? Because I'm like trying to see, like, I'm not familiar with the name. So I'm assuming that he's somebody who is a reporter or somebody who is very politically motivated. So yeah, so I find it disgusting, that people who speak out, this is like your answer that y'all go around and y'all just decide, oh yeah, I'm just going to write your name on a missile and then we're going to drop that in Palestine. That'd be for you. Well, here's what I got to say. Like Michael Lucas, all you people that's writing your names on missiles and doing all this other stuff, you're disgusting. You all have blood in your hands. And I agree with that other person that I saw that I talked about earlier. Take the missiles and shove it up your ass and detonate it. How about that? So I should point out, and this is restored by hope in humanity. Since the tweet, many adult film stars and fans have taken to Twitter to express their disdain towards the founder of Lucas Entertainment and have vowed to hit him where it hurts, in his wallet. I mean, quiet as his kid, he's been hitting his wallet for years, which is why he's been providing, pushing all these little stunts and things of that nature, because I heard he's broke, allegedly. I'm going to say alleged, just like the scroll at the bottom says, the banner. Because we ain't gonna take my ass to court, child. And so Kane Fox, who's a porn star, said you could easily. So I'll read you a couple of them. So it says you can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. Nothing new from you, seeing as you are widely known in this industry as a deranged and cruel individual who only cares for those he can exploit. Seeing as the innocents in Gaza, or I should say Gaza, are not some twink you can use for your own financial gain, it comes as no shock to show you, no degree of humanity and compassion for them. I hope you never have to know what it's like to live in constant fear of losing your limbs or your loved ones to one of the very missiles you saw fit to autograph with your name. No, one that carries a reputation devoid of any shred of integrity. Actually, speaking of which, let me mirror this. Let me pull up the tweets and stuff so that way we can read it along as a class. Okay, so now, and there's more. So then another person named Tone Stoner wrote, "You're a horrible, disgusting human," a generous label to give you. "It's criminal that you get to live a comfortable life boasting about your endorsement of ethnic cleansing while thousands of children are murdered by the colonists you support." And this is what I said. This is literally about colonization, ethnic cleansing. But when you say this, people get mad. When you say, I'm like, what, the truth? What I'm saying, is it anti-Semitic or is it the truth? It's the truth. And sometimes I know the truth hurts, but some of you bitches need to hear it. Then another person wrote, "You're clearly quite disturbed. Please seek medical help." What an evil, sick fuck. "I hope you rot in the deepest, hottest part of hell." Then we have, "I hope you and your species get annihilated by your own bombs, you bunch of effing sicko child." He went in and he put, "Go choke on your own cum and suffocate." I'm like, Jesus. Oh, they go Axel Pole. The one I said, "Please shove it up your ass," and detonated. Yeah, that one resonated. It's still resonating rent free in my damn head. Then we have Loke Rigo says, "Nobody in the porn industry likes you, by the way. What an embarrassment." And then Dustin Ginsburg had to remind me. He said, "You would know a thing or two about doing illegal things in a home that isn't yours." Because remember, back in 2015, there was a story about that Michael Lucas was sued, as well as Lucas Entertainment and Lucas Distribution, for shooting gay porn in an Airbnb vacation rental located in Ojai, California. So I believe that he didn't even let them know that that's what he was using the Airbnb for. And so I do remember that story. But then let's give a shout out to the Chirac, who, I love me some Chirac, by the way. He went in and let have on that heifer and said, "This is absolutely disgusting. The fact that he knows this potentially killed innocent people in Gaza and is gloating about it blows my mind. I've heard horror stories about him, but this is psychotic behavior." Well, we've all heard stories about him. And Sir Peter says, "This sounds very much like him. It is just disgusting." Alex Roman wrote, "A new low even for him." Lucas Leon wrote, "I remember when I was young, stupid, and new and worked for Lucas Entertainment when I was starting. Man, what a vile person." Sean Xavier wrote, "I don't want to draw more attention to the post. I find it both saddening and reprehensible. For those that are inquiring, I will no longer be promoting my work with that studio, nor accepting future offers to work with them. If you compelled to action, might I recommend donating to Save the Children?" And the link is on my website. Derek Cage wrote, "This is truly vile and disgusting. As someone who has worked with Lucas Entertainment, I wholeheartedly condemn this sentiment and behavior. It's completely unacceptable and reprehensible. I will not be returning to any future Lucas Entertainment productions. I will not support nor promote any of my scenes with the studio that have yet to be released. I cannot in good conscience support this man or his studio any more than I already have." And then I believe, because there was another one, there's two more that I want to read, because there was one porn star that actually recently just did a video with Michael Lucas that I saw was floating all over Twitter, and he actually spoke out and says it. Because I was about to say, "Sir, when you gonna speak out, because your little video is floating around with, Michael Lucas pounding you out on social media." But I'm gonna get to that one in a second. Patience is key. So Axel Rockham wrote, "I'm aware of a very vile and depraved social media post made by a performer I previously worked with, and it's not something with someone I want to be associated with, much less profiteer off of. I'm removing all content this person is featured in on my various distribution channels, though unfortunately my control over how else it's consumed is limited due to contractual constraints. I've asked this person to remove me from their channels as well, but there's no guarantee or obligation for them to acquiesce. I'm not going to repost or otherwise identify this person lest I give these antics any more life, but I do want to say that we are taking the plight of humanity in crisis too lightly. When people are dying, it's not a joke. There is a psychopathy. Yeah, there is a psychopathy. I had to sound that out real quick. In gleefully relishing in human misery. Tell me about it. I can commiserate with a variety of different points of view, but I can't celebrate tragedy. And to me, it's vile and disgusting when people do that, in my opinion. The bonds within our Western societies are being tested. We need to take this seriously. We are all more similar than we are different. And last but certainly not least, well, I do have Josh Moore, because, Josh Moore has had some stuff to say about Michael in the past, and said, I lose all respect for anyone who watches or works with this evil cunt in the future. But Jason Luna, who is the one I was talking about, and I had to take the thing off because there's a full picture of him like mimicking the infamous back shot of the guy who was getting his guts turned into soup at the Senate hearing room. So yeah, so Jason Luna put, I do not support. I had to take that off because there's a picture of his whole ass out, and get take it down on the family friendly websites. So it says, I do not support or endorse the actions of Michael Lucas. I have removed all videos featuring him and have unfollowed him. I encourage you all to do the same and take similar actions. And here's the thing, to wrap all this up. I'm not surprised by this. I've been speaking for years about how vile and disgusting this man is. I've even have a video that I did of where Jordy Jackson talked about how Michael Lucas tried to kill him by injecting him with drugs and stuff. That video was actually, I put it down because I knew everybody's going to ask. I put it down in the description. So if you look down the description or whatever, the link is there. Later on, you can watch it. It's like probably, I think, like 20 minutes of video. It's gotten almost 10,000 views on YouTube. So the video was there if you want to see it and get a refresher on that. But I did that a couple of years ago. So I've always been speaking about how much of a vile human being. I've heard many stories about how vile this man is. And people know it. And look, this is not the first time he said some things that are just rooted in ignorance. He has called Syrian refugees barbarians. There was a point where, when he was struggling for money and strapped for cash, he used his OnlyFans account to sell an old cell phone recording he took of gay porn star Ashton Summers, who he didn't even ask permission to use the footage. That post is on my website as well. I linked that in there. Well, not linked it, but I have a screenshot of him talking about how he's barebacking another ballet dancer, drilling Ashton Summers' hungry hole raw. And remember at one point how he was one of the main ones shouting from the rooftops, how going in and letting have on people that were doing barebacking movies. Like, he went hard on the whole barebacking community. Back when porn was transitioning from condom porn to bareback porn, he was like this huge advocate against barebacking, was just being real nasty in his comments about the whole thing. But how the mighty have fallen, because you wound up doing barebacking porn. And I saw when he did the recent interview with Masculine Jason, how he was somebody, and don't throw tomatoes at Masculine Jason. I actually like him. I like his content, and he's a really cool guy or whatever. From the times that I've spoken back and forth with him on social media about stuff, he recently did an interview with Michael Lucas, which I know was kind of controversial. A lot of people went in on him for that thing, but don't get throw stuff at him because he's just out here interviewing porn stars. The thing with the porn stars is you're allowed to let them hang themselves with the rope that you give them when they say the shit that they say, which I found funny, that Michael Lucas talking about, oh, well, Americans don't appreciate the way they have things. Well, clearly we don't, because you running out here saying all this bigoted crap, and you haven't been hung for your crimes. So I would love to see you go live off in Israel, live off in these other places that you're supposed to be from, since you're a Russian Jew, and live the talk that you've been talking. But because you hiding out here in America, being an immigrant, well, he's not hiding. He got his papers and shit. But since you over here, now you feel like you compelled to say all the bullshit you gonna say, but not gonna say it over there until you get back to America, where you take advantage of our freedoms of speech and stuff. But like I said, freedom of speech does not equate or negate, not equate, but negate hate speech. And when it falls on hate speech, you need to be canceled. But he's been canceled. So it's really no point in canceling somebody who's already been canceled. But we just need to, this is just a way for me to just bring awareness to this topic, and people be aware of the type of vile piece of shit he is and always has been. And I've seen Michael Lucas floating around in Chelsea and stuff. Whenever I've seen him, I wanted to deck him in his mouth, hit him in them veneers. But anyway, so, and then also, he had Bo Reed, the porn star, took him to court for unpaid wages. So, she ain't got no money. So I say all this to say, Michael Lucas been a piece of shit. We ain't never liked him out here. He's an embarrassment. he's pretty much an outcast. And I feel like at this point, this is cute and all to be on social media, which we condemn what he's saying and stuff. But from here on out, because this is the weird part, and I remember having a conversation earlier with Sailor Mermaid, who posted this comment, and I was like, you know what, we here because we're on the same page. So I want to bring that up because he posted this. He sent this to me in a tweet. He basically said that, but y'all been knew about the type of toxic person that he was, yet y'all continue to do films with him. You continue to shoot with him and give him content. So y'all been knew that this man was a vile human being based on so many of the stories that porn stars have said about him. Yeah, y'all continue to work with him. So why now? Is it because going against the whole Israel, like speaking up against the whole Israel-Gaza conflict is going to give you brownie points and make y'all sound smart? Now, it's no shade. I'm glad y'all speaking up, but we got to play both sides and we got to show like, okay, so is it you're speaking because it's the trendy thing to do, or you actually going to walk the walk and talk instead of talking the talk? So I will be keeping my eyes on all of y'all and anybody in the future that does work with Michael Lucas. I will be putting y'all asses on blast because that's the good thing about having, your own show and things. You can expose these bitches.